Hello students, welcome back. I hope you all are revising all the chapters that are already done, and today we are going to begin with our second poem of Beehive, that is Wind. In the last class we did The Road Not Taken. I hope everyone has understood the poetry, and today we are going to do Wind. Okay. The poem Wind has been written by Subramanian Bharati. Now first, before we begin the poem, I would like to explain the title of this poem, Wind, because it is the symbol of adversities of life. Okay, here wind actually is a symbol of problems that comes in our life. Clear? We face so many problems, right? But if we are afraid of any problem, okay, or if we get scared of any problem, that problem seems so difficult, that problem seems so unavoidable that we are unable to actually overcome that problem, that obstacle, that adversity of life, isn't it? So here in this poem Wind, we are going to learn that what should we do when we come across any problem, any obstacle of life. So here, what have I taught you till now, children? I have told you that wind is the symbol of adversities of life, the problems that we face in life, the obstacles that come in our way. Okay? Now we are going to learn in this poem that how, if we are afraid of any problem, that problem is going to scare us, and if we are bold enough to face that problem, we are going to consider that problem very small. How? If the wind blows very fast, have you ever seen little children getting scared of it? Isn't it? We see little children get scared. The shutters of the window, the gates of the window, they slam like anything, right? And we see things like papers getting scattered here and there. Okay, why? Because this wind is very strong. Clear? And these things are weak, and wind is dominating, is scaring all these things. But imagine we have a strong house, and when we are grown up and we are strong enough, will we get afraid of this wind? No, not at all. In the same way, when the problems come in our lives, we should face them strongly, we should face them boldly, and if we are going to face those problems strongly and boldly, those problems will look very tiny and we will be able to overcome those problems. Clear? So this is the central idea of this poem, Wind. Repeating it once again, children, please understand and listen very carefully. What am I saying is, the title of the poem Wind is the symbol of the adversities that we face in life, the problems that come in our way. The problems are bound to come. They will definitely come. Okay, and they will seem very big if we will get scared, and they will seem very small if we will face them boldly. This is the central idea or the main theme of this poem, Wind. Shall we understand the poem line by line now? Wind comes softly. Now here, what are we seeing is the person who is facing this wind is really scared, is weak. That's why, first of all, he or she is surrendering in front of wind. Clear? What is he doing? He is surrendering. He is requesting. He is just pleading before the wind that please do come softly because I am afraid of you. Clear? So, the person who faces problems like this, who are afraid of problems, please go away, I am so afraid, I am so scared, that person will find problems very strong. Okay, and they are always scared of those problems. But if we are facing them boldly, we will find them very small. In the same way, wind comes softly is a request of the speaker to the wind. Okay, what is the request? Please come softly. Do not blow very strongly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Okay, if the wind is wide enough, okay, strong enough, then definitely it comes so strongly and it can even break the shutters of the windows. Shutters means what? Wooden or the metal cover of the window. Okay, the gates of the window also you can refer to as. So here the speaker is saying that please come softly and don't break the shutters of my window, because he knows, he has considered that the wind is very strong, and if the wind is going to come, it will surely break the shutters. Okay, so he is here in the condition of requesting. What is the speaker doing here? He is requesting wind. Okay, don't scatter the papers. Scatter means just throwing them, just spreading in different directions. Okay, scattering, bikhar jana, spreading in different directions. So definitely if wind will come, it will scatter the papers in different directions. So here again he is requesting that if you are going to blow very strongly, then my papers will get scattered. Okay, so he is portraying his weakness in front of wind. The way we portray our weakness in front of our problems. What kind of problems? Exams are coming, and now we are so scared of exams. We are not studying. Okay, we are not becoming strong, but what are we doing? We are becoming very weak in front of it. We are just crying. We are showing that we cannot study, and though we are strong within, we can do it, but we portray ourselves very weak. Clear? So in the same way here, as I have already told you, the wind is a symbol of problem. So we are going to understand this poem in that very context. Okay, so here wind is requested to blow softly. Why? Because if it is going to blow strongly, first of all, first thing is it will break the shutters of the window. Second thing is it will scatter the papers, right? Then it will throw down the books from the shelves. Sometimes when we have books on the shelves, the wind blows so fast, so strongly that all the books come down from the shelf, isn't it? तूफान सुना है, बहुत तेजी से आता है, आंधी जिसे हम कहते हैं. So what happens that time? All the things get scattered around. Clear? Then look what you have done. What you did, you threw them all down. Now here the speaker is saying that now you have caused so much destruction. Okay, you have thrown my papers down, you scattered my papers here and there, you have thrown my books down from the shelf, then you have even just broken the shutters of the window also. See, you have caused so much destruction. Why is the wind able to cause so much destruction? This is the question mark. What is the question mark? Why is the wind able to cause destruction? Because these things were weak. Had these things been very strong, can the wind blow this strong book? Can the wind shift this strong book? No. All these are the symbols of weakness being portrayed here. When the things are weak, then the wind is able to move them. In the same way, if the person is weak, the problems are able to move them, affect them. Are you understanding? So these 3 lines I have already explained you. 4 lines, children, that how the person is requesting wind to blow softly, and he's even saying that, he or she is even saying that you have caused so much destruction. Okay, now you tore the pages of my book. Now here the person is complaining, surrendering, requesting, so weak that he's saying that you have even tore the pages of my book. Clear? So the 4th thing is that he's saying that you are tearing the pages of my book. You brought rain again. Now the speaker is so afraid that if the wind has caused so much destruction, the more destruction can be caused by rain. Okay, so he is even scared of rain. And whom is he considering responsible for bringing the rain? Wind. Okay, if we are going to get scared of small problems, okay, then we are sure that the bigger problems are bound to come because of that small problem. Clear? In the same way, the rain is being considered as bigger problem, and who is responsible to bring that problem? The smaller problems. In the same way, rain is bigger problem, and who is bound to bring that rain? Wind. Clear? Okay. So you are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Now here, what are we seeing is the tone of realization. What is the speaker realizing? That wind is very clever, very cunning. Okay, बहुत ही ज़्यादा शैतान जिसे कहते हैं, cunning. It is wind because it is making fun of weak things. The wind cannot affect strong things. In the later half of the poem, we are going to learn that what all things can actually confront wind. Okay, how the wind is going to be weak, how the wind can be considered weak. We are going to learn it in the later half of the poem. But right now we are learning the points where we are seeing wind as very strong. Clear? So here what are we seeing, children? Here in this line the speaker is saying that you are so cunning, you are so clever that you are poking fun. You are, what do you mean by poking fun? Making fun of the person. Okay? So here the speaker is saying that you are making fun of the weaklings, the things which are weak. You are attacking them. So is the speaker realizing that the wind can affect only the weaklings? Yes. In the same way, we should also realize that the problems can affect the weaker person and not the stronger person. Clear? We realize this, that if we are strong enough, the problems will no more be problems for us. Clear? But still we are weak. Clear? So here, next line, the next paragraph, children, we are beginning one more. We are going to learn one more paragraph. Here what happens? Frail, crumbling houses, crumbling doors. So can we emphasize on this word frail, which means weak? So what all things can the wind affect? Weak. Okay. What all things are getting broken? Weak. Had we ever witnessed, have we witnessed a single word in the entire text of the poem which is saying that the strong things were affected by wind? No. Okay. So here, what is the first word here? Frail. Frail means weak. So what all things the wind has affected? Weak, crumbling houses. Crumbling means causing destruction. Okay. Causing the breaking of something. Clear? So the weak houses are getting broken. Okay. Doors are getting broken, but here again we can read the word frail. So what kind of doors are getting broken? Only the weaker ones. Okay. Crumbling rafters. What do you mean by rafters, children? Have you ever seen such houses? So the sloping part of the house is known as rafters. Okay. So here the third thing that is getting broken is rafters. Of course, if the rafters are weak enough, they will get crumbled due to wind. Okay. Strong houses never get crumbled due to wind. Do they? No. Clear? So that's why I am again and again emphasizing on the word weak. Clear? Crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, even the bodies which are weak. Clear? The children, they get affected by wind very soon. Okay, as soon as the wind comes, some few people must have witnessed this. As soon as the wind comes, no, parents call their younger children, very young children, inside the house. They keep their children inside the house because they know this wind can affect the younger ones, the children. Clear? So because they are weaker bodies. Clear? So here, crumbling wood, of course the wood can be broken due to the wind. The bodies can get affected, the weaker bodies can get affected, the lives can get affected. Clear? Because of wind, if आंधी बहुत तेज होती है तो उसकी वजह से because of that the lives of weaker people can get affected. That's why this word frail had been put at the beginning of this line. Clear? Now here, crumbling hearts. Of course, we get afraid as soon as we face wind, strong wind. Okay, what happens? Our hearts become very weak. आंधी आ रही है, isn't it? So, crumbling hearts. The wind god. Now here, what are we considering it? Like God. We cannot fight with it. We are surrendering here. Okay, we are considering wind as God. Sometimes we consider problems as everything. No, this problem cannot be sorted out. This problem cannot be solved as if the problem is God. Are you thinking it? So what is happening? We are considering that only God cannot be, we cannot win over God, of course, right? So is the wind God? Here the poet is satirically calling wind as God, saying that the wind god winnows and crushes them all. Winnows, what do you mean by winnows, children? Winnowing is a process. I don't know if you people have witnessed this process. A few ladies in village, they have a pan, and they do like, they have grain in that pan, and they just do like this, they move that pan, and the heavier grain falls down, and the shaft, जो कचरा होता है, shaft जिसे हम बोलते हैं, it blows out. Okay, that process is known as winnowing process. What is winnowing process, children? I am repeating, please understand. Ladies or males, they have a pan, and in that they have grain, and they move the pan like this, and the heavier grain falls down. Why do they move it like this? So that when they are going to move, the grain is going to fall down, and the heavier grain, the grain which is heavy, falls down, and the shaft which is lighter in weight blows away. Now here what are we seeing? Wind is not able to blow off the grain because it is strong. Wind is able to blow away only shaft which is very weak. Clear? So here we can easily understand the difference between the strong and the weak. Are you understanding? So here the wind god winnows and crush them all. That's why the word winnow has been used here, because in winnowing process also we cannot make the grains fly. Can we make the grains fly? Because they are strong, they have weight, isn't it? So that's why intentionally this word had been included here, that in winnowing process the heavier grain falls down and the lighter shaft moves away. Clear, everyone? So, and this, in these two paragraphs that we have studied today, children, what are we seeing? We are seeing that the power of wind had been displayed, but simultaneously we are also seeing that the wind is affecting the weaker things. Are you understanding? So if we take it in the context of adversities of life, problems definitely they will come. Okay, because life is a game where we have to fight with the problems also, and sometimes we have the solution of those problems. Sometimes we are relaxed, sometimes we don't have problems, but definitely the problems will come, right? But if we face the problems strongly, the problems won't be able to affect us. How? Listen, exams are tension, exams are very strong, they will definitely spoil my career. सोचते रहिए, keep on thinking this. But the time that you are wasting in thinking about the exams, if you would have given that very time in studying, relaxed, exams cannot affect me anyhow because I have studied, right? So this is the attitude of two people here. One who is scared, okay, and the one who is so confident and is strong. Problem is one, exams, but the way of dealing with the problem is different in two different people. Can you see that? Yes. So in the same way, adversities of life affect weak people, and strong people fight with the problem, and for them the problem seems very small. Clear? A quick revision. I told you the title of the poem is Wind, which is a symbol of adversities of life, problems of life, obstacles of life. Okay. Then in the beginning of the poem, these are the two paragraphs of the poem where we learned that how in the beginning few lines, initial lines, what are we seeing? Requesting tone, pleading tone, that the speaker is requesting wind to blow softly because he is scared of few things. What all things is the speaker scared of? First, the falling down of books, right? Second, the number might be up and down, but we are just recalling the things, right? The falling of the books, the scattering of the papers, the breaking of the doors, okay, the breaking of the rafters, the crumbling of the hearts, the crumbling of the lives, the crumbling of windows, doors, houses, okay. But what all things are crumbled? Frail. What do you mean by frail? Weak. Clear? So this is what we are learning for this lesson, children. I hope you have understood the poem. I have just explained 2 paragraphs. We are going to continue with this poem in our next